All right, ready. I finally had a few minutes where the house is quiet and I can make a video on all of my EDC that I carry on a regular basis. I've whittled it down and actually I've been adding to it lately, but everything I have on the table in front of me is what I carry. Basically, I rotate through it, but it's all everything that I've been carrying lately. I've been on this brass and copper kind of roll, and I've been really looking to downsize and basically utilize space. I didn't want like random stuff rolling around in my pocket, so I've really been incorporating these little leather pouches that I'll go into, and basically just trying to minimize it to the basic necessities each day, as opposed to just throwing a bunch of crap in my pockets, that half of it or even most of it I'm going to use on a regular basis. So anyway, I'm gonna flip it around just really quick with the video. I'm not good at like splicing in, or I really have no interest in learning how to do that. So I'm gonna flip the phone around, give you a pan of everything on the table, and then I'm gonna go over the items quickly one by one and how I've been carrying them. So here we go. So hopefully you can see everything on the table right here. These are my necessities for everyday carry. Obviously I'm not carrying everything at the same time, but I do carry them in a rotation. First I'm gonna get the handguns out of the way. My go-to is the Glock 19 with the 50 round drum. It actually doesn't imprint too bad. I also carry a 30 round clip if the 50 rounder doesn't do the job. I carry that in my back pocket. So yeah, I carry that 19 just like this. I really haven't got any looks. And if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. I'm just joking about that. Obviously I don't carry that thing. It is fun though. I do like throwing some lead down range with that thing. And I could see it being a good home protection choice. But my go-to recently has been the Model 43 Glock 9mm single stack. This has the extended clip, 8 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. I do have some tri-glow sights, got some grip tape on it, and that's pretty much all I've done to it. It's a good shooter right out of the box. I'm not one of these guys that feels like he's got to totally make this thing a Cadillac. So that's my big go-to for carry. And then I also carry a couple of the extra extended mags. These hold 10 rounds. I wouldn't keep this in the gun I'm carrying because I don't like it sticking out. So I carry this in a little holder. I've got two of these I carry for an additional magazine backups. So that's my go-to pistol for now. Right now, I'll go into the one thing that I do want to try to replace is my wallet, this Kydex Hellbent. I really liked it when I first got it, but it's starting to get kind of stretched out, and I'd really like to go with something more leather, since that's kind of the way I've been going with my stuff lately. Still like it, but I just haven't really researched really good wallets. I do think I have an idea for one, but that will be replaced soon. As for watches, I did a video on 2 of these. I've got my G-Shock Rangeman. Really like it. It's an awesome watch. I got this little cage for it, just kind of protect the face a little bit, because you know it's just an acrylic face. It could easily get scratched, so that does add a little security. Plus, you know, it looks really badass, so you got to have that on there. One thing though, I've had it for over a month now and it still hasn't fully charged. It's still sitting at half. It was sitting at half when I got it out of the box, and it's still sitting at half. So I don't wear it every day, but I do wear it most days. I can't say enough about this watch. I'd like to say I've used all the functions, but really I've never even changed it so far, just from time, date, and day. But still a great watch. I did a review on my Seiko Diver automatic. It's a great watch. The only downside is that, you know, if you don't wear it for a while, it does stop. and you have to reset it, and it does tend to run a little slow. This one isn't a vintage one. I wanted a vintage one. If I have a chance, I always buy vintage as opposed to buying brand new. It was modded. The second hand does have the little ball at the end. The standard hand on these has the ball on the other end, so it almost looks like it's pointing backwards. So this one was modded and added the little ball on the end so you can tell where the second hand is. Just a little neat feature. I don't necessarily need it, but it was modded to add that. And I do wear this one quite a bit. It's very nice. And then my last watch is my vintage Tag Heuer, stainless steel. I've owned this watch for over 20 years. I bought this when I was bartending in my 20s. Wanted a nice watch, worked at the mall, and just walked into a watch store one day and bought it. I probably spent $300 on it, and these have appreciated since then. All I've had to do was replace the battery in it. I ended up actually a few years ago buying a little kit that I can do it myself. I'd been taking them to a watch shop and paying ungodly amount of money to have them put a watch battery in it. So I bought the little thing to take the back off of it on eBay, and I've been doing that ever since. Keeps really good time, and I just really love the looks of this watch. The only funny thing about it is when I bought it in my 20s, I was about 100 pounds lighter than I am now, and when I put it on when I was a kid and I snapped it, it fit nice and snug. It was a little loose actually, but as I've gotten older and I started powerlifting, my wrists have actually increased in size, and for me to wear it now, I gotta open up there's a little thing that opens up if you're wearing a wetsuit, so you can wear it over top of your wetsuit. So so that has to stay open all the time. So I probably need to get a couple links put in this thing. So that's that. Let's go into pens. I got this off of Best Made. I think I did a video on this. It's very heavy, solid brass. It's a really nice pen. There's a twist off top. The only thing I wish it did do was I wish it would twist on the back. But you know, it is what it is. I carry this solo sometimes in my pocket. But ever since I started using my Hitch and Timber pouches, I've been putting my pen on this side. So I have a raw brass that's already patinaed up really nice. This is another brass one, but they put a coat of lacquer on it, so that one's going to take a while to patina. And then I also have a matte black one. So what I end up doing is I put my Fisher Space pen in there, and then on the side, well, I was going to do this in order, but I typically will put my flashlight in there, and I carry this in my front left pocket, and I'll turn it around for whatever reason. But I really like this Prometheus QR, meaning quick release, but I took the quick release off and put a clip on it. It's a real nice clip. And this has been my go-to for about 2 weeks now. That's my front pocket. But I have tried out this little guy. This is a Best Made, also solid brass flashlight. I put a little lantern on it, and that fits down in there really nice too. So I go back and forth between those two. Let's go to this little guy. This is another thing I bought from Best Made. It's a brass tape measure. Yeah, it's just a little cool little guy. I do a lot of measuring for different jobs that I do, and it was just kind of cool to have a nice brass one, small one that I can keep in my pocket. And this one's really well made. And if I know I'm going to be working on something that I got to measure, I'll throw this in the bottom of my pocket, and it's already starting to patina up really nice too. So let's move on to lighters. I have a ton of Bic lighters. I collect them. But my two go-to ones are my brass and my copper. I just love. I sit and fiddle with this thing all day long. I just sit, I rub it. It's almost like a worry stone for me, but I sit in my pocket and I just rub it, and in my pocket I'll flip it open and back. I have this, I don't know, helps me relax. But then I have my copper one. So those are my two lighters. I always have a lighter on me. So we went over the hitch and timber. This goes in my left front pocket, and then I've got the bigger one. I think I covered a video. This goes in my right back pocket, and I have my field notes. And then in the front, I've been carrying my beard comb that I've reviewed a few times. It's probably one of my favorite things I ever owned. I put that there. And then one of my newest items that I just got is my TPT slide made out of titanium. This is, I think, the only thing besides some clips on some knives I have that's made out of titanium. I just like the washed look about it, and it's pretty ingenious. I mean, why couldn't I invent something like this? I use X-Acto knives all the time. I use these big honking ones, that they don't even work that well. This thing, I bought this one over the other ones because it's one-handed. You don't have to use two hands to open it. Titanium, very simple, expensive, but simple. And then I slide that in there. So there is a small knife, so that I don't dull the blades on my good knives, cutting open boxes and stuff. So that, it goes in my back pocket. So I've got, these are my go-tos each day. Got my pen, got my paper, got a light, got my beard comb, and I got a cutting tool for opening boxes and stuff. So, very happy with that. Just makes my brain feel better about having things organized. And let's go quickly into my knives. Got my Emerson. This is one of my favorite knives. Just love it. I put a little 45 caliber thumb stud on it. Just give it a little brass to it. It's got the Emerson skull on it. Just a great knife. I can sit and play with this thing for hours. And it does have the wave feature for pulling out of your pocket, but I'm not a big fan on that. I'd rather just sit and do this all day. So that's my Emerson. And I recently brought out of retirement, and I got to lube them, are my old buck knives. This is a really old, I think this was my grandfather's, but found these thumb studs that you can buy on eBay so that you can make it a one-hand open. That's pretty cool. So this was my granddaddy's. You can see how patinaed up is. You couldn't cut butter with this thing right now. But I think I'm going to start carrying this. I think I could fit it. Actually, to be honest with you, I think this was originally designed for the Buck 110, just to look just like that. And I think that's the reason I bought it originally, is because I'm like, damn, that's a carrier for a Buck 110. I've got a couple of those. But then I ended up sticking my flashlight in it, so who knows? Looks kind of cool with the Buck in there. But I don't typically, I don't know. It's a nice knife, but I like being able to open it a little faster than they open. I might carry this around the house and stuff. And then my last Buck 110, I got this when I was in high school. This is a 25th anniversary. No, I was in middle school when I got this thing. So this is from 1963 to 1988. And I remember buying this at back when you could, in your small town, you could, go into the hardware store on your street and buy these in a little display case. But I got another thumb stud. This one's stainless steel to match the knife. But I love this knife. I love these old buck knives. They have such history behind them. They're so well made, still made in America. So definitely never get rid of that. Got my Rat 3. This is my fixed blade that I carry. I have a few fixed blades. This is definitely not the most expensive one, but I just love this thing. I think mainly because of the carrying sheath. It's got this quick Now if I can, there we go. You just pop it over your belt like this, and I put it on the side of my belt loop that I'll pull against, and I put this to my weak side. And I wear that, always wear my shirts over my pants, so that's always on me as my, my fixed blade. Again, not a super expensive knife, but I like the serrations on it for cutting rope and stuff. And the scales, they started out pretty rough, but since I've been using it, they're kind of smoothing out. But still, definitely my go-to for a fixed blade. Got 3 more. You got my heat. I don't know how you pronounce it, the full name of the family, but I go Higo. It's Japanese folding knife in brass. It's a handmade knife. Put a little lanyard on it. It was sharp as shit right out of the container when I bought it, and it just has a little thumb hold. That's what keeps the blade open. So very simple, but really pretty. I carry that. It's really light, so I'll just carry that free in my pockets at sometimes, and I might carry it in one of these containers at some point, but I just really like the looks of it. That's why I got that. Then from Taylor Stitch, I followed them. They send me updates, and they were carrying this brass drop point knife a while back. The scales are already started to patina up real nice on it. It's got a clip, and I actually carry this in my boot. If I'm wearing like my Ariats or whatever, I stick it right down my boot, tip down, and it stays right in there. I don't even know it's there. That's just kind of a backup if I need it. And that one, it is very sharp. It came right out of the box very sharp. Just a really nice looking knife. And you could switch, this one you could switch from left-handed to right-handed, which is kind of a cool. I'm right-handed with my knife, well, with my pocket knife, so I'm right-handed, but if you were left-handed, you can flip the clip around to the other side. And then lastly, I just got this knife. I haven't started carrying it yet. It's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. I bought it used on eBay for less than $100. Now I had the camo scales, which I hated, and the reason I bought this knife is because I saw this knife on eBay with the copper scales, and I just had to have it. Just an awesome looking knife. Believe it or not, and then having the closing mechanism on the outside, that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's a cool little knife. The scales make it super heavy though. I ordered, this is the clip that came with it, and it's made out of stainless steel, and this will fall out of my pocket if I bend over. So I ordered a titanium one in black to match the blade, and I really look forward to carrying this and watching it patina up. So yeah. What time is it? 18 minutes. I was hoping to get this done in 15. So not too bad. Just wanted to cover everything I'm carrying as of right now in March 2020. I'm sure it will change over time. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later. Bye.